This is Gator. Last time I told you about Rick Luther calling Kevin from the Superdome before I could reach my truck, proving that your name travels faster than you do. Today I'm going to tell you what happened when I rolled into Washingtonville, PA, and found out Rick Luther was my superintendent. This is the story of what happened when your reputation gets you a job before you even apply, and why brotherhood make hard work worthwhile. So the call come out of Shamokin, Pennsylvania local. I can't think of the local number. And up there on the way to the hall, which was funny, you'll see the Amish people sitting out there selling the desserts and all those things. And man, those desserts and the food the Amish people make, it real good. So anyway, we get a call out of Shamokin Dam, like I say. I mean Shamokin local, and the job was up in Washingtonville, and it was a powerhouse and a drywall factory going up at the same time. And at the powerhouse, it was installing I can't think of the name of those rods, but some type of rods in the smokestack. So when the smoke go out, these electric rods shoot electric in, and it hit the air, and it produced limestone or gypsum, and it dropped down, and then it was a drywall factory right across the way that they produced drywall on this job. So anyway, at the powerhouse job, SM Electric was the contractor that's running the job, but the man that was running the show, when we checked in the trailer, was Rick Luther. He was the superintendent, the same man who was standing in New Orleans when the general foreman said, "Hey, Bundy and Gator left. They did a good job. Tell them they could come back anytime." Rick seen me leaving the job with, he seen us leaving the job with our dignity intact. Now our path has crossed again. And Rick was like, "Gator," shaking my hand with a firm grip. "Yeah, I know you'll be end up back under my radar. I always told you, you know what I mean?" So, what that mean, your reputation gets you a job. Rick wanted me because he know I was solid. And the crew felt like coming home. Bundy was up there, and K-Dog was there. Me and Kevin, we ended up getting a room. We shared a room up there. And the three of us, different towns, different troubles, with the same rhythm, always the same. Get the call, book the room, find the gate, get to work. And we always work good, especially Bundy. Bundy was, he could find humor in almost anything. Like a backhoe stuck in mud, or a tool truck with a dead battery. You know what I mean? He could make a joke a long day cut in half by joke and humor. You know what I mean? He could make you laugh from the impossible. You know what I mean? But then it was Red. Red was an old school cat that was running the job. So Red was one of those dudes that really lived by the protocol. So what that means in our world, your foreman, if you the worker or the journeyman, the foreman have to give you direction. The foreman get his direction from the general foreman. The general foreman get his direction from the superintendent. We don't bypass protocol. So on the job, Rick ain't really have to say too much to us. He just walk by, nod. You know what I mean? He lived by by the Bible of the trade. Keep it clean, keep it safe, keep it moving. That's, old school cat. That's how we did it. So, but I end up working on both jobs, the drywall job and the powerhouse. You know what I mean? But anyway, where the real magic came was like on, I think it was on Tuesday night or Thursday night. We used to go to Rick House, and then we'll go in the basement. That was our sanctuary. Ray had a pool table down there, and so that was our little oasis from all that work. Cause that was our night. There was Kevin, me, Rick, Bundy and Kevin. They get real, and Rick can shoot, and they always be talking noise. And, you know what I mean? But it was all good. 'Cause Rick had a little music playing, and his wife always had something cooking. And I remember we used to hang out, and his grandkids would be around, and they just loved to hear me and Kelvin tell stories about the road and his wife and kids. It was a great time down there. And then on some nights, I forgot what night that was. We go to the restaurant for Brotherhood night, and so one time, one weekend, Bundy had his little girl Rachel come up. She couldn't be no more than 6. So when we was out to eat, it was one of those claw machines by the door. And then she was like, Uncle Gator, I want the pink one. I want the pink one. So me being me, I went over there to the to get some change, and I got a bunch of quarters. So I just kept sitting in there, putting quarters in that machine, trying to get that pink one, trying to get that pink one. And then sooner or later, I was able to get it. And then Rachel just, man, that was a little powerful moment. She laughed and she made a hug me and just made the whole place light up when she got that toy. I mean, that bad like it was a treasure. And then Bundy hit me on the shoulder. He was like, man, Gator, you just spent more than $50. We could have bought a 5 of those. And I was like, man, it don't matter, man. She only wanted that one. And then Bundy just shook his head. Gator, you're a fool, but you my fool. But deep down, it got a lesson. Every job leaves you a moral. Some leave scars. Washingtonville left me something else. A necessary lesson in earning respect. This job show you what it feel like when the superintendent doesn't just see your work, but see you. Rick first learned my name through a foreman words in New Orleans. He knew me by my work, my handshake, and my consistency. And that mattered more than anything. Washington wasn't the biggest, the hardest, or the most dangerous, but it's the one that kept close. Because on the job, you see yourself flow from the top down to the bottom again. But in the laughter, the pool table, and the value of that single toy, that was priceless. So here's what you need to know. Your name doesn't just open doors. It brings you brothers through those doors with you. Rick Luthor knew my name from New Orleans. When he became superintendent in Pennsylvania, I got the call. When I showed up, Kelvin was there, Bundy was there. The 3 of us, plus Rick, became a crew working like a family. That's what happened when you protect your name. That's what happened when you leave the job clean. That's what happened when the man like Rick Luthor vouched for you. The work feeds you today, but brotherhood feeds you through the week. The memories, the ones that you make you laugh and make you proud, they feed you the rest of your life. And sometimes, brothers, these memories are simple, and spending $50 on a claw machine to win a pink toy for a 6-year-old girl who look at you and say, Uncle Gator, like you the only person in the world who could make it happen. That's brotherhood. That's brother. That's family. That's what your name being your currency really means.